Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Prospect Charter School's Algebra 1 course. Well, sort of Algebra 1 course, Algebra 1B. So for the folks that are not working with right now, we're going to search for the vertex of a parabola. Now this is a very simple thing that we've learned in Algebra 1 already, but it's also the important piece that we need to know for some of our other things that we're doing to try to graduate. So the cool thing about these is that we're given a format of y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And it really doesn't matter what numbers we have for our a, b, and c. If we know what we're doing, those numbers are pretty easy to work with. Now the vertex formula is a little more complicated. We say that the x-coordinate is located at negative b over 2a. The b is the number in front of the x, not the x itself, but the number in front of it. So in other words, if I had 2x squared minus 3x plus 15, then I would say that the b value would be negative 3. The a value is the number that's in front of the x squared. So in this case, the number in front of the x squared is 2. So I would say a would be 2. And the c value is the one that doesn't have an x attached to it. So in this case, 15. Now when we're searching for the vertex of the parabola, we first find the x-coordinate using this really simple formula. Once we find the x-coordinate, we can find the y-coordinate. But first, let's look for the x-coordinate. We are given the equation y is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 15. Sorry about that. Again, this is being recorded while I'm rather sick, so please forgive me for the quality. So our b is going to be at negative 3. And then over that we have 2 times a. Our a value is 2. So our x-coordinate would be at negative b over 2a. Whenever we plug things in, it's a really good idea to plug them into parentheses. You should always plug them into parentheses, always, regardless of what class you're in, what level of math you're in, you should always plug into parentheses, always. Because by doing so, we recognize that there are 2 negatives here, and a negative times a negative is positive. That means that our x-coordinate will be at 3 over 4. So the x-coordinate on my vertex is going to be at 3 over 4. Now I need to find the y-coordinate. To find the y-coordinate, we take the x-coordinate and we plug it into the original equation. Now again, remember, always plug your number into parentheses. I honestly prefer writing the equation out with open spaces and parentheses from where I would normally plug the number in. And then after I've done that, that's when I plug the number in. And then I just do the arithmetic. So in this particular case, we have 3/4 squared, which is 9/16. So we have 2 times 9 over 16 minus 3 times 3 is 9, 9 over 4, and then plus 15. So this becomes 18 over 16 minus, let's see, to turn 4 into 16, I would have to multiply it by 4. 4 times 9 is 36. And then 15 times 4 is 60. So then I have 60 over 4. Oh, I need it to be over 16. Ouch. Okay, for that I actually need a calculator. So let's go ahead and bring up our calculator. Come on, wake up. Calculator. Thank you. Alright, let's clear that off. Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. Here's our calculator. And for our calculator, we go 60 times 16, which gives us a really huge number, 960. And then we just add across the tops, right? Because they all have the same denominator. So we would go with 18 minus 36. Come on, calculator, you can do this. 36 plus 960. And that gives us, that messed up. Come on, calculator. 18 minus 36 plus 960. Sorry, my calculator's being really slow. So this gives me 942 over 16. Which gives us either 58.875 or 471 over 8, whichever you prefer. I prefer 471 over 8, so my y-coordinate is 471 over 8. Which gives me the vertex at 3, 4, 471 over 8. Sorry about that. So now it's your turn. I want you to find the vertex of the following. And they're going to be really short and simple. Number 1 is going to be y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. Number 2 is going to be y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 24. Number 3 is going to be y is equal to negative x squared plus 2x minus 5 plus 5. And number 4 is going to be y is equal to negative 1/2 x squared minus 4/3 x plus 15 over 4. Yes, number 4 has fractions. Deal with it. Alright. At this point, I would have the substitute pause it until such time as they complete all 4 of these. Okay, welcome back. And on our next piece, after they've had those 4 done, we know how to find the vertex. Now we need to find the zeros. Now, the way we find the zeros is by factoring. So, finding zeros. And I think we already remember how to factor. If we see something like y is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 2, then we would say, okay, what factors of 2 add up to 3? And that's, of course, 1 and 2. We note that the negative is dominant, so they're both negative. So after we factor it, we set each factor equal to 0. So we have x minus 1 is equal to 0, and x minus 2 is equal to 0. Solving, we get x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 2. So the 2 zeros would be at 1 and 2. Another example, let's say that we have something a little more difficult. Let's say that we have y is equal to x squared minus x plus, minus 6, and we're told to factor this one. Well, to factor this one, I'm looking at factors of 6 that have a difference of just 1. Now, the factors of 6 are, of course, 1 and 6, which have a difference of 5, so those don't work. And then 2 and 3, which have a difference of 1, so those two work. So I know it's going to be 2 and 3, I also know that the larger number is going to be negative. So the 3 is going to be negative. So we have x minus 3, x plus 2. We then set each factor equal to 0. So we have x minus 3 is equal to 0, and x plus 2 is equal to 0. Which gives us x is equal to 3, and x is equal to negative 2. So finding the zeros by factoring is actually pretty easy. It's my favorite method when it comes to finding zeros, and so that's the method that I want you guys to have down the best. Which means that it's now your turn. I want you to find the zeros of the following. Number 1 is going to be y is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15. Sorry, plus 3x minus 15. No, I was right the first time. 2. Sorry about that confusion. Number 2, y is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1. Number 3, y is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 12. And the last one, number 4, will be y is equal to 2x squared minus 4x minus 4. No, wait, sorry. Minus 8. Alright, there you are. Go ahead and finish those, and then call it a day. Good luck, and have fun.